Welcome to my office where we get to have a bit more of a candid chat about the markets, the business, the economy, pretty much anything that's on my mind. And right now, what's on my mind is complacency. Now, I'm going to get into why in just a moment, but if you think about what we've just seen over the last 24 hours, we've seen a hard rebound in stocks and metals doing well as well, just showing that some confidence is being reinstilled into the market and risk is back on, at least in the very short term. Now, this is off the back of some conversations that were had between Iran and EU, but always just remember that we are not privy to what is really going on behind the scenes. We only get tiny little tidbits of what is truly taking place, which is why we must follow the money, follow the price chart, and see how people are actually positioned. Now, I do that on my main channel, which I'll link down below, but I just want to talk a bit about what I see going on with, the recent bounce, and quite a strong bounce in the stock market, and metals heading higher too, which I mentioned just before. But I believe we're heading into what could be a massive complacency bounce where a false sense of security is re-entered into the market. Now, how long this lasts is, of course, anyone's guess. And keep in mind, we are only 1 day up. So that means there's a high chance of this still being wrong unless we get some of the confirmation signals I talk about in terms of high lows and trends actually changing. But I'm trying to get ahead of it here. But that aside, the ultimate end of what I see coming up hasn't changed. And that's for us to be seeing a massive bear market across the board for the economy and also, of course, real estate too, as that is the largest asset in the world. So no matter what happens in between, that's how it is going to end. In my view, I've seen no reason to suggest otherwise, but how we get there is the moving target. And something I've mentioned a lot is how tops are a process, and I believe we're in the process now of topping out. Now, there are a number of reasons why I think we are heading down in a big way. I've mentioned them all before, but just for a quick refresher, we have an AI bubble, we have problems in the bond market, we have war going on, we have issues in the private credit space with trillions of dollars pretty much unaccounted for. So there are a lot of reasons to believe that the market is not in a good place, but it doesn't necessarily immediately translate into real estate crashing and the overall stock market crashing. It can take quite a while to actually unfold, and I think that's what we're seeing at the moment. But in terms of timing, we're right at the precipice where there is not much time to go, and we may have already seen the top of many asset classes. And not only that, we have seen the top of many asset classes, private credit being one and home builders being another. So all of this is to say that if we do end up seeing a rally from here, I believe it's going to be a massive complacency bounce. Whether we get to new all-time highs or not is really besides the point. But if we do, I'm going to be paying extra close attention to volume, because even if we do creep to new highs, if volume is low, that is really telling. And it's telling us that this recent sell-off of 10% down from the peak has seen a lot of money leave and not come back into the space. Now, in terms of what could do well in the bigger picture, metals is still on my radar despite seeing a euphoric blow off top, which we know never lasts for long and will often see large reversals after that euphoria comes into the market, which is what we've seen. But in the bigger picture, and I'm talking many years now, we could still be building a base for another reaccumulation zone and higher prices. Now, on my main channel, I'll cover that in a lot more detail. We're at a very important pivot point right now for both gold and silver, so we'll see if that one there does play out. But we're also seeing continued strength in the commodity space, which is affected by the Strait of Hormuz and fertilizer and just supply restrictions, etc., etc. And those markets there are still doing very, very well. So I'll keep it pretty short and sweet for this one here. I just wanted to talk a bit about complacency and how I want to get ahead of the market here. Is that if we do see a low of some significance from here, which there is some potential of that happening, it's more likely just going to be a complacency bounce, which should be treated with a lot of caution. So that's it from me. Make sure you take a look at my main channel, link down below if you want some more chart analysis and deeper dives. And there's also a link down below to subscribe to our free reports. That's it from me. Wishing you more health, wealth, and happiness. Until next time, I'll catch you then.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.